Come with us now on a journey. We will leave the solid ground behind. Here, suspended between the sky and the water, a city reveals its true self. This is Venice. It is not a city of roads, but of reflections. It is a place built on ancient wooden stilts, a testament to human ingenuity and defiance of the sea. From this vantage point, high above the terracotta rooftops, we can see it all. The world below unfolds not with the roar of traffic, but with the gentle lapping of water and the distant echo of a church bell. It is a symphony of quiet existence, a living museum that breathes with the rhythm of the tides. Now, we drift lower, closer to the intricate network of canals that define this city. They are the streets, the avenues, the very lifeblood of Venice. Below us, the water is a mosaic of colors, shifting from deep emerald in the shadows to a brilliant turquoise where the sun strikes it directly. Here and there, we see the iconic shape of a gondola. A solitary gondolier dressed in traditional stripes stands at the stern, propelling his craft with a skill passed down through generations. The gondola itself is a work of art, its sleek black form gliding effortlessly, a dark swan on a green lagoon. Further along, we observe the more practical side of life on the water. A delivery boat, laden with fresh produce for the morning markets, chugs along steadily. The smaller canals, the rii, are where the true magic lies. These are the hidden alleyways of the water world, often too narrow for larger boats. We now align our journey with the city's great watery highway. This is the Grand Canal, a magnificent reverse S-curve that sweeps through the heart of Venice. Lining its banks are the palaces, the palazzi, of Venice's most powerful and wealthy families. These are not mere houses, they are statements of power, ambition, and artistic patronage. We see the Ca' d'Oro, the House of Gold, its intricate facade once gleaming with gold leaf. We glide over the Palazzo Ducale, the Doge's Palace, a masterpiece of Venetian Gothic architecture that speaks of a republic that once commanded a vast maritime empire. The water of the Grand Canal is a constantly shifting canvas. It reflects the grandeur of the palaces, distorting their perfect lines into shimmering, abstract forms. Our journey along this great canal is a journey through history. Each palace we pass holds stories of doges, merchants, artists, and courtesans. We drift now towards the city's only true piazza, its magnificent public drawing room. This is St. Mark's Square, the Piazza San Marco. Below, we can see the tiny figures of people crossing the square, their shadows stretching long in the afternoon light. It is and always has been the religious, political, and social center of Venetian life. The basilica itself is a treasure chest of history and art. Its forest of domes, a hallmark of its Byzantine influence, seems to reach up towards us. The four famous bronze horses, replicas of the ancient statues brought to Venice after the sack of Constantinople, stand proudly above the main portal. Adjacent to the basilica stands the campanile, the bell tower, a tall, slender brick column that soars towards the sky. From our viewpoint, we are almost level with its belfry. Looking down upon the square is like watching a silent film. We see the orchestras at the historic cafes, flocks of pigeons swirling in coordinated flight, their wings catching the light. Our flight path now takes us over one of the most famous and recognizable structures in the world. This is the Rialto Bridge, the Ponte di Rialto. For centuries, this was the only bridge to span the Grand Canal, the vital link between the two sides of the city. It is not just a crossing, it is a destination in itself. The structure is unique, for it is more than just a bridge. It is a covered arcade, lined with small shops built directly into its structure. The area around the bridge is a hive of activity. On one side, we see the colorful awnings of the Rialto market, where Venetians have shopped for fresh fish, fruit, and vegetables for nearly a millennium. As we hover above, we can appreciate the engineering marvel that it represents. Built in the late 16th century, it was a bold and ambitious project. The bridge is the focal point of this entire district, drawing people and boats towards it like a magnet. It is the true center of the city, a place where commerce, culture, and everyday life converge. We now drift away from the grand landmarks, over the quieter residential parts of the city. Here, Venice reveals a different kind of beauty, a more intimate and subtle charm. The buildings are not palaces but humble homes, packed tightly together along the narrow canals. Their plaster walls are a wonderful palette of colors, faded by centuries of sun and sea air. Each building has its own character. No two are exactly alike. Roof lines are uneven, a charmingly chaotic jumble of terracotta tiles, many of them covered in a soft green moss. We see windows with traditional green shutters, some thrown open to let in the breeze, others closed against the midday sun. It is in these small details that the true personality of residential Venice can be found. From our high vantage point, we can see how time has left its mark on these structures. The plaster is often cracked or peeling, revealing the ancient brickwork beneath. We see bright red geraniums spilling from window boxes, a splash of vibrant life against the muted tones of the plaster. This is a city that is lived in, a place where everyday life adds its own strokes to the vast and beautiful canvas. As we float silently, our gaze is drawn downwards into the spaces between the buildings. Here lie the hidden courtyards, the corti, and the small squares, the campielli. These are the secret hearts of Venice, sheltered from the bustle of the main thoroughfares. From above, they appear as small, sun-drenched pockets of tranquility, often with a single wellhead at their center. We see children playing, neighbors chatting, a cat sleeping peacefully in a patch of sun. The sounds that rise from these hidden spaces are different from those on the Grand Canal. They are more intimate, more personal. These spaces are interconnected by a dizzying maze of narrow alleyways and passages, known as calli and sottoporteghi. From our aerial perspective, this network looks like a complex puzzle. We see an elderly woman lowering a basket from her window to collect her mail, a tradition that has endured for centuries. We see a small shrine to the Madonna tucked into a niche in a wall, adorned with fresh flowers. This is a world that operates on a human scale, a place where ancient traditions and a strong sense of local identity are still very much alive. It is a privilege to witness this quiet, resilient way of life from our peaceful haven in the sky. Our journey now takes us towards the edges of the city, where the dense urban fabric begins to fray and give way to the open expanse of the Venetian Lagoon. This is the body of water that gave birth to Venice and continues to protect and define it. The water is shallow here, its colors shifting from deep blue to pale green, revealing the intricate patterns of sandbanks and channels. We glide over the island of Murano, famous for centuries for its exquisite glassmaking. We can see the distinctive silhouettes of its glass factories, their chimneys sending thin plumes of smoke into the sky. Further on, we see Burano, a jewel box of an island. From our vantage point, it is an explosion of color. Every house is painted in a different, vibrant hue. Legend has it that the houses were painted in these bright colors so that fishermen could find their way home in the thick fog. To the south, we see the long, thin sandbar of the Lido, the barrier that separates the lagoon from the Adriatic Sea. It is a world away from the historic center of Venice, with its sandy beaches, tree-lined avenues, and grand hotels. This lagoon is a delicate and complex ecosystem, a unique environment where freshwater rivers meet the saltwater of the sea, creating the perfect conditions for the city to thrive. This is the other Venice, the natural world that cradles the man-made miracle in its gentle embrace. As our 10 minutes of blissful flight come to a close, we begin our slow, gentle descent. The sun is lower in the sky now, casting long shadows across the water and bathing the city in a soft, ethereal light. The domes and towers are silhouetted against a sky painted in shades of orange, pink, and purple. The city below seems to glow from within, a final magnificent display before the arrival of night. The details of the city begin to re-emerge as we get closer. The individual terracotta tiles on the rooftops, the intricate patterns of the stone bridges, the gentle ripples on the surface of the canals. But something has changed. Having seen the city from above, having understood its unique layout and its relationship with the water, we now see it with new eyes. This aerial perspective gives us a sense of peace and timelessness. We have seen a city that has defied the odds, a place built in an impossible location that has not only survived but flourished for over a millennium. And so, our journey ends. But the memory of this flight will remain. The image of the canals gleaming in the sun, the grandeur of the palaces, the vibrant colors of the houses, and the profound peace of floating above it all. Venice is more than just a city of water. It is a city of light, of history, and of dreams. It is a place that captures the imagination and soothes the soul. To see it from the sky is to be reminded that even in our fast-paced world, there are still places of serene and everlasting beauty, waiting to be discovered. A timeless escape, forever floating in the heart of the lagoon,